I received my very first VCLT from Rob Ism. If you don't know Rob's channel, he's quite a newish channel. Only been doing it for a few months, but he's rocketed in subscribers like no tomorrow. Reaching 100 in, I don't know, a couple of months. Very nice guy, Rob. He's from the West Midlands. He's got a very eclectic taste. I sent him some VCLT to cheer people up over the coronavirus, and in turn he sent me something back which was unexpected. So thank you very much, Rob. I do appreciate that. It's very kind of you. I see that you've been working really hard, doing little guitar sessions, trying to cheer people up over this coronavirus crisis that we're in. Really nice guy, and yeah, I'm really excited to receive this. Yeah, so I'm going to open it up and see what you sent me. So be interested to know what it is. So bear with me as I cut it open. Very exciting, this. Right, here we go then. What we got here then? Oh, wow. Jethro Tull. Wow. Repeat the best of Jethro Tull Volume 2. I know he's heavily into Jethro Tull. Yeah. I'm not really all that familiar with him. I think I have one of his albums on CD, so I know he's very popular. So yeah, I'll be giving that a definite listen. So thank you very much for that one, Rob. It's very kind of you. Letter with the records. He said, "Hi Simon, thank you so much for the VCLT. I was overwhelmed when you sent me that package. So generous in the spirit. I think you showed the world that we can behave as humans and help make a better world." And that's really nice. So I said I return the favour, and so I have. Don't think you've ever shown any Traffic or Jethro Tull. Anyway, those are two favourite bands of mine, and now I hope you can enjoy them too. Your friend Rob. Yeah, very nice. That very nice. Yeah, I'm lost for words. I don't know what to say really. This is the first time I've ever received anything, so thank you very much, Rob. Was not expecting anybody to send me anything back, you know. So yeah, thank you. I'll be definitely giving these a listen. I don't really know a lot about Traffic or Jethro Tull, so but I know Jethro Tull's extremely popular within the VC. So thank you very much, and yeah, what else do we have? Let's have a look. Anyway, yes, let's talk about Tom Petty, which is basically what this video was supposed to be about. Hence why I had that theme song all mixed up. Right, Tom Petty. Yeah, had quite a few Tom Petty finds this month. Gone a bit mad. Picked up a couple of books. This Tom Petty biography by Warren Zanes. This paperback. Picked up this. Obviously, I've not yet read it, but I will do at some point. So I study up on Tom Petty. Anything Tom Petty book-wise, I try and buy, and as well as records, of course. Also found this relatively cheap. It normally goes for about £30 on eBay, but I found it for about £6.99 from a seller. This hardback, quite a big old hardback. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Running Down a Dream. Yeah, look at this though, it's just fantastic, isn't it? All pictures and things inside. Yeah, brilliant. Mainly actually, pictures actually, I think, all of this. You know, with a bit of writing, bit of reading, but not too much. Great band, weren't they? So yes, glad to have that, as I'm collecting Tom Petty books. Trying to pick up his discography. I have quite a few of his, but I didn't have this one. His early album, I think this is his second album, You're Gonna Get It. I think this is an original actually, 1978. It's got You're Gonna Get It, which I don't think appears on the greatest hits, I don't think. What else is on there? I think that's the only hit there was, I think. Oh yeah, I Need to Know is on there as well. So yes, wasn't really a great success, this album. And sort of by the time the third album came out, it was really now or never really. From the third album, it was either they're gonna hit the ground running again, or they're gonna fade out to nothing. Luckily, when Damn the Torpedoes came out, it was a flying success. It just didn't sell very well, unfortunately, but it's still a good album, so it's worth picking up. This, of course, was the next one. Damn the Torpedoes. I finally get a copy of it, and I get a master file series, Half Speed and Master. Wow. Yeah, absolutely delighted to get this. And I believe the eBay seller had this as well as another record of his, which wasn't a Half Speed Master, but this was in there. And I thought that was quite a good buy to get this and the other album, which I'm about to show in a minute. So yeah, glad to get this classic album of his finally. I think that was an 80s release, not an original, of course. Got this one on Amazon quite recently, quite cheap actually. I think this is about £14 or something, maybe a bit less than that. Hard Promises. This is the fourth album. The Waiting is on here, which is just a great song, The Waiting. And Criminal Kind, A Woman in Love, but really the big hit was The Waiting. It wasn't a particularly good album of his actually. Bit of a shame. It took a bit of a dive here, but The Waiting is a great song. So, but anything of his, like, you know, I buy. So glad to have that one. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4 albums I have of these early stuff. This was a 90s one. A bit later on, Into the Great Wide Open. This is under the Jeff Lynne production. Has that great Jeff Lynne clean sound. Learning to Fly, Into the Great Wide Open, which is just a fantastic song. Two Gunslingers as well, which is actually a very good song. Wasn't a hit, I don't think. What else is on there? Yeah, I think the first half of the album is actually very good. So yeah, glad to have that one. Into the Great Wide Open, 1991, I think that came out. Yeah, so another one of his, and I picked this one up on Amazon, which is just, I'm so glad I've got it finally on vinyl. Tom Petty's Echo. This was a 99 release, I believe. Yes, I think this is a very underrated album. It's got Room at the Top, which is the first track, which is just brilliant song. Counting on You is yet again good song. Free Girl Now is very upbeat, jam. Lonesome Sundown, Swinging, which I think is a fantastic song, Swinging. Accused of Love, which is a nice sort of more mellow song. Echo, Won't Last Long, Billy the Kid. I Don't Want to Fight is just an absolute belter of a song. I Don't Want to Fight. If you want to, I suggest you go on YouTube and check that one out. I Don't Want to Fight. It's a great belter of a song. The ones for me, No More, About to Give Out, Rhino Skin, One More Day, One More Night. It's the last track on there. Yes, very underrated album. Does not get enough praise in my opinion. Delighted to finally have it on vinyl. And I have a few extras, a couple of live albums I believe they are, and also picture discs. How cool was that? Tom Petty Greatest Hits Live. Tom Petty was at his peak of his career and fast becoming the cornerstone of American blue-collar rock, as well as an MTV regular. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers' 1989 Strange Behaviour tour found the band in somewhat troubled territory, promoting what was Petty's acclaimed debut solo album, Full Moon Fever, a collaborative effort that involved most of the Heartbreakers and EOL Jeff Lynne. To add to discomfort, Petty and Lynne also cavorting to great success as the Travelling Wilburys with Roy Orbison, Bob Dylan and George Harrison. The Heartbreakers gave an energetic and charged performance, showing that the band was still very much intact and in control, teasing the crowd with a selection of their revered repertoire spanning 8 albums and 13 years of all-American appeal. Ron Vox proudly presents Tom Petty's Greatest Hits, featuring tracks performed live at the Dean E. Smith Activity Center, Colorado on the 13th of September 1989. Originally broadcast on WBCN FM, providing an abundance of well-known hits to satisfy even the most hardened spectator, with Refugee, Breakdown, The Waiting, Don't Come Around Here No More, Free Falling, an acoustic take on even the Losers, and his current single I Won't Back Down. This release celebrates the blistering career and life of the late Tom Petty, as well as highlighting 2 bonus tracks performed live with the legendary Bob Dylan from 1986, All Along the Watchtower and Knocking on Heaven's Door in 1986. It is presented here in superb fidelity and comes with background notes and images. Oh, sorry that bored you, but yeah, glad to have this album. And also Dylan and Petty live on the radio, 1986 picture disc. This also comes with the CD as well inside. So yeah, another one of his, another record of Tom's I've got now. So yeah, pleased to have those. I'm slowly filling holes on those Tom Petty records. Picked up quite a bit of vinyl actually in the last couple of months actually. I don't think I showed this off last month. So yes, so I will show you. And also actually done a little project I was going to show you as well. I did a cleaning vinyl video a little while ago, and I used this little device, you know, to put onto the record to, you know, basically keep the label dry. And upon using this the other day, I kind of got stuck for how to dry the record out, because it was kind of, you know, sealed in this, and I didn't really want to touch it. So I kind of thought of a little project I can sort of hang this on, you know, basically for the record to dry. And I come up with this little wooden device, and you see it's just, you know, made out of wood, nothing special. You know, I'll just hang it on there like so. Oh, Oops. Put it on there like so, and yeah, with obviously with the record as well, you know, hanging it out to dry, air dry, which I think is the best way really for a record to dry now, rather than putting another cloth on there and that ending up with all sorts of little fibres in the grooves and what have you. If you can avoid touching the record as much as possible, then I advise you to do it, because I've noticed when I've been cleaning records, the method I have, the stylus picks up all like the fabrics from the cloth sometimes, and it all sticks to the stylus, and it's just yeah, it's not good. So if you can avoid touching the record when cleaning it, I advise to do so. So if you can, you know, this is an idea to anybody. This helps anybody out, you know, to come up with something like this. And if you can make it, then why not have a go, eh? Anyway, right. Yes, recent pickups. Right, picked up this this double cassette tape, Wingspan, Paul McCartney, Greatest Hits. This is absolutely like new. It's so sort of shiny, and I don't think it's even been used. It's like, yeah, like I said, it's like new. Yeah, great to have that. I love this compilation. What else do I have? Few CDs. I brought this Jimmy Crawford, singer from the 60s. Has a really nice song, I Love How You Love Me, which is just, yeah, it's a really good song. And I've seen this album go on eBay for a ridiculous price, something like, I don't know, 70 odd pound or something stupid. And then I checked again quite recently, and it's something like $3.99. So I thought, hell yeah, why not? You know, it's so cheap, you know, might as well buy it before I jack up the prices again. So yeah, just, you know, treat myself. I brought Mud Crutch 2. This was Tom Petty's band before the Heartbreakers. I think this is I'm not quite sure really. I'm not sure if it's his like original Mud Crutch material, which was redone years later, sort of, you know, sort of almost after the Tom Petty Heartbreakers scene. This was what, 2016, so probably not long until he died, I don't think. This was made, sadly, but it has the Heartbreakers members, obviously Tom Petty, Mike Campbell, Belmont Trench on piano. Yeah, not yet given it a listen, but I will do, obviously, at some point. Glad to have that. I brought Travelling Wilburys, Volume 1 and Volume 3. Yeah, box set of I wanted to get. Basically has 3 discs in here, you know. One's a documentary, and yeah, why not? I'm quite interested to see the DVD on there, and you know, to go along with my my British rock series I found this on eBay. Great British Rock, sort of has, you know, 60s, 70s and 80s stuff on there. All sorts of good stuff. Motorhead, Small Faces, and a few bands I don't really know. Raven, Venom, Thin Lizzy, obviously I know. Rainbow, Magnum, Budgie, Arthur Brown. I don't know many of those. Wishbone Ash, Free, Rock Goddess, Blitzkrieg, Cloven Hoof, Jaguar, Bruce Dickinson, Asia, I know. Magnum, Tigers of Pantang, Heavy Petting, Fist, Big Country. Yeah, there's a lot of them there I don't particularly know. So yeah, I'll be giving that a listen, and I'll enjoy that. A couple of singles, 45 singles. Right Said Fred, Deeply Dippy, great 90s tune. His, yeah, glad to have that. Yeah, like Right Said Fred, those early 90s tunes he released, very, very good. And this is a bit different. 96, I believe, the Butthole Surfers. Yeah, The Lord is a Monkey. I've always liked the song. It featured on the Beavis and Butthead Do America soundtrack, which I think has a great score, musical score on that film. So yeah, and that's on the B side. Sooty, made it look all evil, and that's first side. So yes, we got that. I got like these well, free LPs which came with other LPs I brought. They're basically, they're crap really. They're not really, worth anything. Whatever this is, if anyone wants these, Leonard's musical album, if you want them, I'll send them to you if you live in the UK. Constellation, the introduction to Essential Stereo. Howard Blake, Moon River, Moon Glow from the Theme Picnic, Manuel, George Martin on his orchestra. So if that appeals to anyone, let me know. And this, the Mantovani Golden Collection. What the hell this is, I have no idea. And Camelot, with Paul Damon. Does this interest anyone? Probably not. It was just packing material really for albums I brought. So thought I'd show you that just for the sake of it. Anyway, proper music. The Knack, 1979 release, I believe. Obviously it's got My Sharona on there, which is a great song. So yeah, classic rock album. The Knack. A soundtrack I brought. Where did I buy this from? I forgot what country it was I brought this. Might have been Holland or something. I got it quite cheap actually. It normally goes for quite a bit of money. And that is the classic Once Upon a Time in America. De Niro and Martin Scorsese classic 1984 release. I should have really looked a bit more clearly at the picture because this is obviously not English. I didn't actually notice, but on the back it's all English, as you can see. So hey ho, never mind. It was very cheap, so I think it's about £10, and this can go from anything from 20 to 30, £40. So probably why it was a little bit cheap, because of the foreign title. Still, it's pretty obvious to see what it is if you recognise this picture, of course. So yeah, another classic soundtrack. I love the score on that. So good. The music, so good. Yes, some 90s 12-inch singles. I recently heard this on the radio quite quite recently, and I thought that's quite a good early 90s tune. 90s in the Rain remix by Red Pearl. So yeah, quite a good song, that one. Quite like that kind of. I'm not quite sure it's R&B. It's more of a sort of dance number, I think, or a bit of both. Not quite sure how to describe it, but yeah, I quite like that. Quite like early 90s music. And this was a little bit later, of course, is SWV. I'm So Into You. I quite like their singles, and I've always liked this one. So yeah, I bought this for, I don't know, £1 or something on Discogs, and it's in very, very good condition. Let's see, so apart from a bit of dust on there, but yeah, so glad to have those, and that's basically it. Right, I hope everybody is well through this troubled period that we're trying to eat our way through. It is pretty tough. Luckily for me, I'm working still, but it's not easy. You know, if you have to work, you know, stress levels are high, and yeah, it is difficult, very difficult for everybody, I know. Blessed in a way that I still have a job, as a lot of people are out of work, but it's not nice to go to work and not wanting to sort of be at work, you know. It's a very strange kind of feeling. You know, I know people don't necessarily want to work, but I think you know what I'm trying to say. But anyway, mustn't grumble, must carry on what we're doing, you know. I I went to cut my hair today by myself, which was quite a challenge, you know. So don't laugh, because one day you might have to do it. It's a bridge you might have to come across, cutting your own hair. Yeah, I don't think I've done too bad of a job. But anyway, needs must and all that. And stay safe, everyone. Until next time, bye for now.